I
Can I
name.
restart?
Okay.
Were we practicing or are we
No,
doing it?
we're doing it.
Oh, okay.
So, hello.
Hi.
What's your name?
I'm Callie.
Okay. Now, you play hockey, right, Callie?
Yes.
And how long have you played hockey?
For 7 years and some odd months.
Some odd months, all right.
Days, hours, and minutes and seconds.
Okay. So, what got you started into playing hockey?
About 7 years ago, my older brother took my family to a hockey game, to a Winterhawks hockey game in Portland, and it kind of inspired me, and I just wanted to start, and that's kind of how it all began for me.
And that's how it began for you.
Mm-hmm.
So I assume you took skating lessons beforehand?
Mm-hmm. 2 weeks after the Winterhawk game that we attended, I got a private hockey coach, and I started taking lessons and learning how to skate. I never started in rink skates or figure skates. I went straight into hockey skates.
Okay. And then you started to learn the game of hockey itself after you learned how to skate, right?
Mm-hmm. I went into a learn-to-play hockey program where you learn more game-based skills and a little more of the fundamentals of how to play the game.
Okay. And so the hockey skates have a rounded blade, correct?
Have a rounded blade. These are mine.
Okay.
And these are player skates. Now there is a difference between player skates and goalie skates. So this is the player skate, which has, as you can tell, the blade is rounded. The edges are rounded over here. There's no toe pick. There's nothing back here. It's literally, it's kind of you'll hear the term rocker. It kind of rocks. A goalie skate is much longer and flatter, so there's no curve to it, which allows them to, you see them butterfly out all the time and having to slip and slide around.
Slip and slide, because a goalie works in a very small area, right?
Yep.
Right in front of the net.
And we have an edge. You can kind of feel it if you go like this. You can feel this little edge, and you don't have that on goalie skates.
And so you want that edge and that rounded blade for these skates, so you can be more maneuverable and more quick and
agile,
faster, and more agile. Okay. Or another thing I'd like to talk about is that you're obviously a girl who plays hockey. Now, hockey, I've noticed traditionally, is a male-dominated sport. So what is it like for a girl to be in the hockey world?
It's challenging. Going into it, you definitely have to have a lot of confidence in yourself to manage how to play the game with a more male-dominated space, because it's definitely, you got your locker room space, you got different parts that you have to figure out before you even play the game with the guys. But so going into it as a female, it's easy to get discouraged, but you have to try everything you can to find support. And a lot of the males part of it will support females in the sport, but it's kind of rare, and you have to pick and choose them. But it's challenging, but it's worth it because it's very, very rewarding and very empowering to be a female in the sport.
So besides playing hockey itself, you also ref, correct?
Yes. I just recently went in and got my level 2 certification. We'll see if I pass my closed book exam within the next couple of weeks here. But yes.
And you have a little kind of different type of gear for that too.
There is different gear. This is the referee sweater that you have to wear. Everyone likes to call them zebras because they do look like zebras, which is pretty funny during the seminar because usually you have about 40 officials out there all wearing these, so it looks like a bunch of zebras on the ice. It's pretty hysterical. Stampeding, yes. And
you're also, I believe, currently learning to coach, right?
Yes. I don't have my coaching uniform on me, literally, but I recently have gotten my level 1 coaching certification. And pretty much depending on what tests I take is what age group I can actually coach. But it'll be a cool experience to coach as well. So, yeah.
What positions have you played in hockey?
I prefer to play defense, but I played all positions before. I played center, I played left and right wing, and I have played left and right D. But I prefer D, and I prefer, if I don't have D, to play center.
Okay.
So.
And briefly, what does each one of those positions do?
Mm-hmm. So your two defensemen hang back with, kind of your goalie. I mean, they don't hang back all the time. They move with the play, but they're your defensive players. And I do like to count the goalie as obviously your defensive player because they're defending your net. So you have your left one and your right one, and they kind of interchange. You know, you can swap sides quite often. Depends on how the play is happening. It's a very unpredictable game. Your center kind of goes wherever they want. They're kind of the all-star of the team. And your wingers on each side, they have to skate a lot down the length of the rink. So they're having to watch the play move and look for those passing lanes. And you know, they're really great. It's really great to utilize the wings for breakout plays. So when you're looking like you're about to score, you know, try to get to a wing so you can work your way up to a potential goal.
But you like to play.
But I like to play D.
You like being a goon.
I like being a little goon.
So I've heard about these adult recreational leagues where you get to drink beer. Tell me about that.
You'll hear them being called beer leagues or adult rec league. You have to be 21, obviously, to play in that specific league. But what will happen is the teams will come in before their games, and they'll go up to the front counter and pay for whatever beer they want for after the game. And usually the team will pitch in some money for it. So then when you go out, play your game, come back off the ice, the rink workers will have put a bucket of ice with all kinds of beer in there in your locker room for when you come off the ice, and so you can have beer. It's kind of part of the after part of adult league. It's always drinking beer after your hockey game.
So if I was to join one of these hockey teams, then I would get to drink beer. Where do I sign?
Yep.